Go. Today I'm doing an Argo movie review. Argo follows the story, takes place in 1979. It's a side story to the hostage negotiation in Iran, which led to be the longest running hostage negotiation with the CIA. But that's a separate story. We're following a side story that took place during these actions. Just before the embassy got raided, six people managed to escape. They managed to flee to the Canadian embassy, thus gained some protection. But they still need to stay hidden, because they're still rioting out in the streets. And if they get found out, they're not going to be put as another hostage. They're going to be killed. This story follows Tony Mendez, a CIA agent who is a one-man team sent to Iran to get the six out. That's his mission. But the story here is how he does it. He sets up a fake movie. The fake movie is Tony is going to be going to Hollywood. He's talking to people. He's establishing a script, a screenplay, that people are behind this. People will like it. And he's using a movie called Argo. Argo is supposed to be a sci-fi fantasy type film like Star Wars, using that as a popularity boost. His job for the movie is a location scout. He was going to go to Iran to look at all the different locations and pick up where to shoot and where not to. But what he's really doing in hindsight is trying to establish contact with the six escapees who have taken shelter, and then get them out as part of the crew and the actors. But the catch is he only has 72 hours to do it. I think this movie works because of the cast. This movie has a great cast with actors such as Ben Affleck, Bryan Cranston, Alan Arkin, and John Goodman, just to name a few. These are good actors and who are not new to the acting scene. They know how to perform their roles, they know how to perform their lines and make it seem all real and reasonable. Another thing this movie does good is setting the tone. You can feel the dread kind of in the doubt when the six escapees get news that their only real chance of escape is a 72-hour escape plan where if they miss it, they're done. Another thing this does is a screenplay. This movie is written really well. The dialogue is really great. An example of this is when you have two characters walking down the hall. They're discussing on whether or not they should go through with this, and then have them go and try to pitch this idea to the higher-ups on whether they should allow one person to go out and do this. My final thought on why this is a good movie is that it is a good visual-wise. It gives you nice, wide-open spots of what is a good scenery. It looks really well, and yeah. My final grade for Argo is 8 out of 10. I give it an 8 out of 10 because it's not a great movie. There are some flaws with it that I can point out, but I'd leave that to you to find. Also, not everyone's going to like this movie. This movie doesn't focus on action or kind of this crazy shoot 'em up type of movie. This movie is about dialogue and performance. That's what sells this movie. It's not going to be something you shut your mind off and watch. You have to pay attention, listen to what the characters are doing. And that's why I give it an 8 out of 10. I give it a must-watch. If you like movies with dialogue, if you're looking for something more action-packed, I would skip this one if I were you. If you want to try something new, I'd highly recommend this. That's it.